Hi, Syafiq and Siew Ting. I would like to ask you a few questions. Okay, so we know that both of you are public school teachers. How do you work from home as a teacher?
Okay, so for me, in terms of working from home, it's definitely two things, which are laptop and internet. So those two are very important to communicate with the students. So without those two, it wouldn't be possible. When they first started, the announcement that the PKP started, so the only medium was we were informed was doing Google Classroom. So Google Classroom is a good way for us to give out assignments or work to the kids. Other than Google Classroom, a very simple medium way for me right now, I just realized is create a WhatsApp group, post whatever work or assignments there, and remind the students to do it every day, and so on. So basically, those are my some of my ways in order for me to do online classroom. And also, yes, Zoom. Zoom is one medium way for me to see and talk, communicate with my kids, rather than just post it in a online or a WhatsApp.
Of course, we cannot live without internet and laptop now. If we want to conduct like online class and assign all the works to the students, in the beginning of the MCO, before my school's schedule the timetable for us, I have been using the existing resources that I could find to assign the works for the students, and then I also had online class by using Google Meet and also Google Classroom. And because every student also have their own ID and email address that given by the government, so they use that to access the Google Classroom. But unfortunately, not everyone could access it, and then many problems existing because the students are not trained to sign in or log into the Google Classroom and to know how to use it. They have to figure out themselves. And this also requires a lot of effort from the teachers and the parents to help them in terms of that. Yeah. So I think for now, my school already give us a schedule. So what we need to do is only assign the work based on the day. So for me, English is on Tuesday and Thursday. So I only have to assign the work on these 2 days and then have discussion with them. So I also use online classroom with them, but then the response is not so good. I think around not lesser than half of my class. Yeah. And then now I use because not many physical materials that I'm having, I created my own website to teach. I think it's easier and convenient for me.
What are the challenges that you face while working from home as a teacher?
The attendance of the students are not idealistic. I check their work response, also not ideal as well, because maybe they also lack of motivation on doing it. And teachers really need cooperation from the parents as well, because in my case, I send all the works to the parents group. Okay, so maybe the parents and the students are sharing the same phone, so also need the parents have to remind their kids to do the work. But if the parents do not play their role of doing that, then it's very hard to get them to do work.
I would like to add up maybe a little bit. So I think the problem is expectations, because when we are in school, when we see our kids, give them work or we give exams, so we can always see the results. So the problem from doing this online, a work-based home here is that it's the expectation that we can't even see or we expect from them to do it or not doing it. So sometimes we ask ourselves like, why they're not doing it? I mean, like, why can't we just open the Google Classroom for a while or try to answer those questions? However, as a human being, sometimes we need to be considerate on maybe they have their own problems. They don't have internet, they cannot afford phones and whatsoever. So these challenges also forces us difficult for us also to expect them to do more, but then because of those challenges for them as well, they can't do it very well. So it's pity for them, also pity for us, because we are doing all out. And another thing, challenges that I think most teachers are facing are the criticism by the people, the public, especially the parents, where they were complaining that some teachers giving a lot of homework, the students are doing a lot of homework at one time. So we here are doing our best way, the best way, doing our job to educate our kids. But because of this criticism, it kind of like put us down. However, I think some schools are taking a lot of good initiative by making sure that kids only learn one subject per day. So that's why, like for my school right now, we make sure one kid learn one subject only for one day. So can you imagine until that extent? It means like one day just English and that's it. And on the evening you revision yourself in order to satisfy the parents and to make sure that they're not complaining about it.
Yeah, I think like I said just now, because I sent to the parents group, and then maybe there were like few parents on that didn't seem like supportive. Yeah, so we really need cooperation from the parents, and also students themselves. Okay, because I think students also have to be disciplined to do the work that assigned to them as well.
What are the benefits of working from home?
Okay, there's always challenges and benefits as well. I think the challenges also drive us to push ourselves to go forward. Like, how do we solve these challenges that we are facing? I think this is also one of the benefits that we teachers try to think out of the box. Like, how do we be more equipped, like, to solve this? So I have learned how to conduct online classroom. I have attended some webinar to gain some new knowledge how to conduct class online. So I think this is one of the benefits.
For me, I have two benefits. Number one is flexibility, where we can do our class anytime, anywhere. Not say anywhere right now, we are at our home, but then it's the time that's really flexible where we can do it in the evening or maybe at night. So it depends on your own free time lah. And another one is like I agree with you thing is resources that I've realized that available for teachers to use is actually more than I expected. There are so many different apps, a lot of interesting game activities online that we can share with the kids rather than just give paper sheets workout or something like that. So I think it's actually good for us individual as teachers where we learn as well. Like let's say she joined webinar or maybe like a lot of even Google Classroom. It was actually my first time ever using it during this PKP. So it was actually a very good learning process for us, especially for teachers. So yeah, this is actually a good way for us to implement in the future where we don't just give a hard copy homework. We can also give online homework to save environment.
Which one do you prefer, working from home or working at the workplace?
I mean, teaching is really just about interaction between humans, that physically. So I don't think we can work from home is definitely not a good option now. This is.
I can't imagine myself doing this the whole year or like for my during my whole life just doing online classroom and whatsoever. There are some benefits, but however, I think physical interaction, face-to-face interaction is much more better compared to doing virtually. So that's why I thought. I know you're in Terengganu, but that doesn't look like Terengganu one.
Okay, I want this. Okay.
Wow. Like, because this thing like this pandemic macam like going to be like quite long. If it's really a reality, how would you handle until the end of the year? You okay?
Cannot. Right now, I mean like I'm dying, literally, not going out.
Actually, your student really got do homework or not? Got
Got. Yeah, I went to school.
Huh? Why?
I have a letter of permission to go to school because in my school we plant chili padis. You know chili padi, right? Do you still remember chili padi? Our chili padi already like berbuah, you know. It's like a forest. So if we didn't do any, if we didn't plant chili padi, it will die. So it's a waste lah. So that's why I got the letter of permission from the allowing me to go to school just to plug the tea padi, which was serious. She thinks she's do so many things. Like she put her own in her own website. That's a very good initiative.
Oh my god, that's very good.